board, we threw out the $8,040 and figured that was it. We didn't dare encumber ourselves, or didn't think we would encumber ourselves beyond that. Whether that's our mistake or but I think that's in good faith, that's what we did. We didn't anticipate anything more coming down the pipe. And Dorothy might be right, because we might, if we have to dish out more than what we thought we were going to have to.
But I think we're damned if we do and damned if we don't, because if we deny the request, then that does seem to look like we're not being in good faith in the fair dealing that you mentioned.
Well, I'm not going to say, the way I see it is, we agreed to provide $8,040. We didn't agree to provide $17,000.
John, I think I would feel better if we knew whether there was actually the funds in this retirement line item to pay for this, and if there isn't, then we need to figure out where they're going to come from.
Well, I know they could come out of the general fund, out of the other portion of this general fund line item, because monies were budgeted for it. You just have to be willing to get that taken care of. The board did budget $24,000 to be spent. Getting back to that whole issue, well, it's mismanaged or this or that or the other. There are people who are going to go out there and say that regardless of the decision that's made. They love to sit there and make claim against the management of the district. But the fact of the matter is, there's a business that's adhered to here. You know, I believe Mel's absolutely right when he says in good faith this is put out there. But with that, the board still has the power and the decision of how you want to treat this. I believe you're on good footing if you sit there and say, no, we're not going to give this beyond what it is in the contract. We're not going to treat it as termination pay. You're on equally good footing to say, well, you know, in this instance, this is something that we recognize as a way to recognize the years of service that we grant our teachers, and we want to be able to let people know that Florence is a good place to have a career and to serve children, because I'll be honest with you, it's hard to find good help. And Mr. Janego's been as good as it comes. He's done a very good job for the system. And so you have the power here. It's within your jurisdiction to make this decision. That is why, you know, I have held you as peer jurists in this process to say, I want you to make your decision here as a team in this meeting now. Have your discussions, have your arguments, and come forward. I have not spoken with you because I'm not going to use my position of trust with you to influence your decisions. And that is one of the most important tenets of the relationship between the superintendent and board, is to give you the chance to think right now of how you're going to represent the public in this community. Because at the end of the day, you're an elected official, and if people don't like the decisions that you're doing as a manager of the district, then they can step up and put their name on the ticket against you the next time you're on. Until then, they're not sitting here having to make these decisions. And they're pretty heavy decisions. Gary, I agree with you, it is a heavy decision. And I certainly hope when it's all said and done that there is no ill feel one way or the other.
Let's just say a little more. Mr. Kuchel, Mr. Janego opted for the $8,040. Mr. Kuchel, you said, I believe, that not knowing that this other $8,900 would come along. So basically, decided to take the $8,040, and then this other stuff just materialized within a little time period.
Well, actually, I didn't decide to take the $8,040. I decided to put it into my retirement fund. So if I decided to take it, it would just be the one lump sum. My decision was, what I called was, I would like that to be put into the retirement fund and not take it as a lump sum. And that's when it came to
when we
light.
made that request, it came to light, and we were like, whoa, now it's being treated in a way we never expected it to be treated. And that's when, at that point, we had the issues in front of us today.
One quick question though. The contract we're talking about, that was negotiated between the district and the union, right?
Correct.
And what's the length of time on that contract?
It's a 2-year contract.
Does anybody else have taken advantage of this?
No, this is first.
I still go back to the consistent manner of which we have treated it in the past, whether it was negotiated or not, and the way it is in the contract. If we look at the consistency of giving each retired teacher the same amount of money, that won't be consistent if in fact we allow Mr. Geneva to roll it back in determination, because then he is going to. And believe you, Gary, you deserve every penny you could get. I'm just trying to say that if he treats it that way, then really, as a district, we have paid him more than we did the others that, even though they weren't under the under the negotiated agreement, he'll be receiving more.
But it will change the standard.
And it will change. Not that I don't think that the teachers deserve that. That was why I wanted it negotiated, was because I do feel they deserve that amount of money. Not realizing that we were going to be doubling up. Mel, you sat there and negotiated with this. Did you feel that, that?
No, I would, that would never occur to me. I thought $8,040.
And it was done in good faith. We had, honestly, we were trying to do something that would be consistent for the teachers, not realizing that. And so, in all reality, I suppose that when we negotiate the next time, we will fine tune that wording so that it is much more clear that it is a, however that uses as a tool. But at this point, we did negotiate in fairness with the $8,040 for that individual that was, had the years of employment and wanted to take that incentive.
So, Mr. Kuchel, did you, as the teachers unit, did you guys interpret this as Gary did?
I wasn't involved in negotiations, and I don't know that I knew it was in the contract, and I knew the wording, and I was unaware, just like Mr. Chenega was, that if you rolled into your final 3 years, that required a district match. I don't think we knew that. I don't know if Mrs. Conis knew that. And so we looked at it. What happens out in the world of teaching, at least here in Montana, is in big districts, people try to load up the last 3 years. People volunteer for committees, and they coach, and they do anything they can to make those final 3 years as big as they can, because it makes a lot of difference down the road. And all we looked at was, well, this is $8,000, and if you can roll that into your final 3 years' salary, that will be a real nice bonus for your retirement forever. And we didn't understand the ramifications and the need for a board match at all. We were unaware.
So when does this contract end?
June 30th.